Teresa Buxo is a biomedical engineer and creator of Care Again, a collaborative platform focused on making medical technology more accessible by sharing open source projects and fostering a global community. Please welcome Teresa and her virtual talk, Care Again, a community-driven prototype platform to make medical technology more accessible.
Hello everyone, and thanks for this opportunity of presenting in the Open Healthware Summit. I hope you are enjoying this meeting, this summit. And well, I'm Teresa Buxo, and today I'm going to present about Care Again, which is a project I started about a year ago and is a community-driven platform to democratize access to medical technology. And in this presentation, I'm going to show a little bit of the journey that led me start this project. So let's start with a little bit of background. I am a biomedical engineer. I studied in the University of Barcelona and then in Trinity College. And since then, I have some experience in both in academia and also in the startup industry in medtech. But also I did some volunteering experiences, one in Cambodia and one in Guatemala, that opened my eyes of how like the potential of the open source world and also the challenges in the global healthcare systems. So I'm going to explain them a little bit more in detail. Cambodia was the first contact with open source hardware that they had. And one thing that you realize once you arrive in Cambodia is the problem that they have with the plastic waste. There's plastic waste everywhere. So when I was there, I was like, what can we do for this? So I started to search on internet, and then I found this community called Precious Plastic. For those who are not familiarized with that, is a global community that they want to tackle the problem of plastic waste by recycling locally. So building machines and recycling locally. And they have this community map where you can connect with other precious plastic workshops. So I contacted one of them that he was in Cambodia at the time, and he was doing some sunglasses with the plastic waste. What I found very interesting from this, it was like I arrived to Cambodia and I didn't know anyone, but I still could contact someone that was doing something that I wanted to do as well. And that's like that shows the potential of just open source hardware. At the end, the project didn't work out because we were very far, even in Cambodia, we were very distant. But it was like very interesting to see. And the other project that I saw, it was the Mekong wheelchairs. So a little bit of context. In Cambodia, there's still some landmines, and also there's polio and post-polio disease, which both of them limits the mobility because like both the amputees and also the polio patients, they cannot walk as they would like to. So then there was this Spanish bishop that he was researching, and it was like there there should be a way to improve this and their mobility and also help them to go around. So the association that he was directing, Karuna Vatavan, and also another association which is called Motivation, which is an organization that they build and design wheelchairs. They joined together and then they designed this Mekong wheelchair that was able to be produced locally. So then they started to produce it locally in the Jesuit Refugee Center, and then they could just give those wheelchairs to everyone that needs it. And here I am with one of the patients. So it was very, very powerful, the power of just producing locally, very close to the need, and it was sustained in time as well. And the other experience that I had, it was in Guatemala. And here there was another issue. It was the problem of abandoned equipment. So there's loads of donated equipment that they cannot use because the maintenance like is they don't know how to maintain it, they don't know how to use it, or there's still like some pieces missing, or the devices they arrive and it's not what they were expecting. So there's a lot of abandoned equipment. So I was collaborating with this association, which is the Engineering World Health, and what they were doing was training some students to do small fixes and also to help to train also the staff in the hospitals to maintain those medical devices. So the fixes were quite easy, like it wasn't like big fixes, but that allows to have the equipment working again. Um, and this just gave me a picture of it is not just the access to medical technology, but also the training and maintenance to make them usable in countries with low and middle income. So with these experiences, I started to search a little bit like how can we do this medical technology more accessible and more usable in those places where it's sent or where it's going to be used. And then I came to this World Health Organization report, which states the problem, which is more than 50% of the world population lacks full access to essential health service, which is a lot. And not only that, but there's approximately the 17% of world's population that was pushed into poverty by paying the health expenses that they had. And if we see like the the solution that we were given, it was like donating medical devices, but we see that there's only the 10 to 30% of those donated medical devices that are going to be operational in low income recipient countries. So I was searching a little bit like what can we do or the state of the art right now. And then I saw like the traditional medtech ecosystem, like most of you are already aware of it, but in general, medtech, like the medical devices, are very high costs, and this limits the access in many regions, which this creates a healthcare, like a lot of disparities in healthcare, especially in those countries that they cannot access to those high costs. And also most like almost everything of the development of medical devices is in a closed environment, which makes sense because from the idea to the market it takes a long process, and you have to do some like clinical trials and so on to pass regulations. But at the end what happens is like it makes the innovation very slow. So I was thinking like there should be other ways to innovate in medtech. So then with Caravan, when I was starting the project, it was like, how can we promote the open source so we can do these projects open source and focus on local production, so the innovation could be faster and easier. And also having this distributed network that we can connect with local hospitals and we can do like the local production there like with makers and builders. Um, and this like would do like the accessibility to open to medical devices easier because it could be more redistributed. And I have to say it's very encouraging right now the ecosystem, because there's a growing open source ecosystem. There's loads of different projects, and I'm sure in this summit there's a lot of representation of those open source medical devices projects that are right now growing. And I think this wave of innovation was accelerated with the COVID pandemic, because then we realized how powerful it is to join all the efforts together. But also there's like some initiatives to get the open source medical device certifications. So the some initiatives like Joshua or Open Healthware, where we have those meetings of what we can do to get an easier path for regulations. And also there's this expanding network of community workshops, all the Fab Labs and all the makers, that it just increasing. So then with all this, we started with the proposal of a Care Again platform that bridges this gap of connection between different designers, different makers and hospitals, and also different organizations for redistributing this medical equipment. So right now we launched the prototype, so it's still in very early phases. It's the prototype where we can share open source medical devices designs. So the intention is not to build like a documentation platform, but a platform where you can share and you can link to your own projects, and also having this collaborative ecosystem where you can contact designers or builders or manufacturers or health centers to align the clinical needs with practical solutions. And then there's like, we were thinking about the next phase, and it was more like supporting the local communities. So connecting the different hospitals and that are in the area to just make this redistribution of medical devices as well. And also creating some videos for training, so the local staff in very rural areas, they can just keep up to date with with their knowledge. So right now, the current platform allows you to organize your organizations and your projects, and also it allows to connect with the different people of the community, like designers, makers, hospitals, or logistics. It also has like some documentation, still work in progress, so there's needs to increase a little bit in documentation as well, but it allows you to know how to work with the platform, and also if anyone wants to collaborate, it just gives you like the first glance to how to start. And it also allows you to transform the ecosystem by contributing with your open source projects. So I'm going to show you a little bit the demo of the app. So a little bit of the navigation. Just you start and you can log in the platform, and then you can navigate like the home page. You can navigate through the different projects, different organizations, or different users, and it gives you a glance of the most recent ones. And here I put some of as examples, and some organizations as well as examples. And then there's the projects page where you can just navigate across all the projects. And I put this one, which was a respirator developed during the pandemic. And then you can see like there's like the Git repo or their website, and you can connect there. And also you can download whatever attachments or designs or blueprints that they have. And it allows you to get to different projects. And then there's the community page where you have this map, interactive map, and you can just see like the different organizations. I put some as an example. Um, and then you can link to each of them, and then you have also one pager which allows you to go to the different organizations, and also you have the users there. And also there's like a Discord and documentation, as I said. The Discord channel right now is very small, but trying to increase. And also all the documentation, when it explains a little bit more what's Kerrigan, how like for the developers, the guide, how to get started, the homepage, the community page, the projects page, And also, if you want to contact, or if you are interested in the license or the code of conduct, you have the information there. That was the profile. Um, so in your profile, you can create your organizations. As I'm creating here an organization like her again as an example. And then, well, let's see. And then you can see there's the organization created, and then you can just edit what you want, and for example, upload the image or put the descriptions. Like right now, I just put it like quickly to give you an example. And you have also the possibility to go to projects and create your projects the same way. I'm not creating right now, but it gives you the opportunity to do it. And later on, we have like a place for feedback, which is you can report feedback or bugs, and it's going to open a Google form to just submit whatever feedback you would like to do. So there are some upcoming features that we were thinking of. Still, we don't know. Like, we would like also to have like some feedback from the community, but what we would like to was like to grow in this community, and also started doing like maybe some videos of formation. But we are still like don't knowing exactly what we are going to go the path, but just thinking. Also, we would like to have like this distributed network between hospitals, because then if they are not using one medical device, then they can redistribute it to another hospital that is using it, that wants to use it, or something like that. Then we were also thinking of putting like some material kits for the projects, so you can download your material kits and then starting the project yourself. And also with OSHWA and the open hardware, like all the meetings that we are having, I think like it would be very good to add like some kind of certification with these organizations, like maybe OSHWA, so it gives more credibility to each of the projects. But well, we would like to know your feedback. So yeah, let's transform together the access to medtech. And here you have my contact. So please reach out if you want to collaborate. If you have experience to other projects that they already worked or that they didn't work, and some advice, I'm open to hear any suggestion. So are you in? Thank you very much for your attention, and hope you finish this summit and enjoy it so much.